Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I thought I'd make this one quite short because the Barca game's about to start in about 30 minutes. But Liverpool have beaten Arsenal 1-0 by the end of match day 3, I believe, of the new Premier League season. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was so underwhelmed with the way this game went. I mean, you could tell by the stats on the screen right now. I mean, the fact that we're talking about two of the biggest teams last season in the Prem finished this game with 0 big chances created between the two of them. 0. Not one big chance is created. You could just tell this. The stats kind of show it all. This was a very boring game to watch for a neutral. Nothing was really going on. Both teams were kind of flat-footed. They didn't want to take any risks. It was very conservative. And it's kind of disappointing to see. I do feel like, heading into this game, you'd kind of expect some sort of spectacle because there's so much news going around for each club. Arsenal with the new Eze signing, Liverpool with the whole Isak situation. Like, these two are the fact that they're title favorites coming into the season. You'd expect this game to be a lot better. But yeah, let's make this review quick. Let's talk about the best players who impressed me, who didn't. To be honest, there's not a lot of players that impressed me today. A lot of them were quite disappointing. And to be honest, the lineups just say it all. I mean, especially for Arsenal's side. I mean, why would you go into a game with 3 defensive midfielders against Liverpool? What message are you trying to send out there? What statement are you trying to send out there? Because you have so many options on the bench that you could have chosen ahead of Mikel Merino today. Like, look at the position Arteta played him today. He played Justin behind Gyökeres. He's not an attacking midfielder. He was literally there for one purpose, and was to win aerial duels. And I'm pretty sure the only aerial duel he had today was the one he won. Yeah. One aerial duel. That was all that he was used for, genuinely. He didn't really have any sort of attacking prowess to the game. He didn't push the ball forward, as per a lot of Arsenal players did. They didn't really push the ball forward. But you can't expect too much from him. I mean, he's not an attacking midfielder. You have Eze on the bench. Odegaard's obviously coming back from injury. Dalman's on the bench. I'm so surprised Arteta didn't start Nwaneri today. That was someone I was kind of hoping to see, because you have all of your creative midfielders not fit enough or available to play. The only 2 creative midfielders or kind of creative-minded players you have is a 15-year-old Max Dalman and Ethan Nwaneri. And Nwaneri is not new to the Prem. He's played there for he's very young. He's still only 17 or 18 or whatever. But he can play in this type of game. He's someone that adds the attacking flair, the creativity flair. Someone who's not afraid to kind of take on players. And that's honestly what Arsenal lacked today so much. They literally anything after Zubimendi and Rice today was poor. Was so poor. I would say Madueke was probably the best player for Arsenal today. Him and Calafiori were probably the 2 best players for Arsenal today. Because Madueke wasn't afraid to take on Kirkes. There are, I think, 2 chances in that first half where he got a shot on target. He was running at Kirkes, kind of giving him some problems. But still, that's just not enough. I mean, Arsenal have so much quality, as they say, off the bench, on the pitch. They have attacking depth now. What's the excuse? I think it just goes to show that their brand of football that they tried to play today, it just simply wasn't enjoyable to watch. They were going for the set pieces, which we know they're very good at, but today, I mean, the set pieces were poor. Their game plan just looked completely off. And to be honest, I'll get to Liverpool in a second, because I don't think they were that much better than Arsenal today. In fact, I think in the first half, Liverpool were probably as bad as Arsenal. I think Liverpool's first shot on target today was in the second half anyway, so they weren't that much better than Arsenal. It's kind of sad to see how 2 of the biggest teams in England, they played this game today like a chess match. They were so conservative. Every time they got the ball out wide, instead of kind of taking on their man or running at players, they just play the ball back. Always. Whenever Madueke or Martinelli, for most of the time, or Timber or Calafiori got the ball in the touchline areas, they'd always just play it back. They'd never play it forward. They'd never look forward and play it, it was annoying to watch. And it was the same thing with Liverpool. Every time Gakpo or Salah got the ball, bar maybe a few times, they'd always just play it back. Maybe that was because of the way Arsenal set up defensively. They're very strong. It's the same thing with a lot of these players. They didn't really do anything into the final third. So this game, I figured, because you could just tell by the way it was going, this game would either be decided by their subs or a very special moment. And that special moment came from the man of the match today, and he was brilliant. Today, that's 2 games in a row now where Szoboszlai has impressed me so much as a right back, and which is crazy. I don't know how Slot's kind of converted him into this makeshift right back, but he's played brilliantly. 2 games in a row now. Newcastle away and Arsenal at home, where he stood out. Fair enough. That free kick today, I was watching it with my friend, and I told him, I really have a feeling that this free kick's going to go in, because I know the way Szoboszlai hits free kicks. Wow. Genuinely, what a strike. That is It was so satisfying to watch too. Like those type of free kicks where it like bends into the far post. Keeper has no chance. No keeper saves that. That's an unbelievable strike. This game needed a special moment because the way the teams were attacking, the way the teams were playing, it was a snooze fest, honestly. It was just constant fouls, it was constant breakup play, lack of attacking like prowess in the final third. This game had to be decided by something like a free kick or something like what Szoboszlai did. And just like that, I think it was the 85th minute, 83rd minute. 1-0 Liverpool. And Arsenal, their streak against the Big Six has finally ended, and that's their first loss of the season. I know Arsenal fans are going to give the excuse of not having Odegaard or Saka, but I'm sorry. You can't do that anymore. You can't. You have attacking players off the bench. You have attacking depth. I think it was Arteta's mistake to start Marino today. I don't know why he did. I think he was being way too conservative. It's not like they even controlled the game for like the majority of the game anyways by bringing Marino on. Or having Marino on the pitch, sorry. I think it was just disappointing tactically from Arteta today. And I think that that's something that... And it's something that I think Arteta really lacks. I think Arteta's a great manager. I'm not going to say he's tactically inept. I think in this instance, he can show that he can be tactically inept. But certain profiles and players he has, I feel like there would be better ways to use them in big games like this. Like, for example, you know that Martinelli isn't having a great game. You could see by the first 45. If you want to be ruthless, you sub on Eze for that second half. Same with Marino. Wasn't doing anything. Halftime, sub on Nwaneri. And Madueke, okay, he was probably the best attacker today out of the 4 or 3. So I can understand why he kept him on for that long. And, there's no other striker to replace Gyökeres, who today, man, this guy really struggled against Van Dijk and Konate. But to be honest, I don't blame him. He didn't get any service today. There was literally no balls fed in behind to him. He couldn't really hold up the play too much, so that's on him. But still, like... A lot of Arsenal's qualities that we've seen in the last couple seasons, they really lack today. Now, honestly, Liverpool. I feel like a lot of what I just said about Arsenal can be applied to Liverpool. But something that differentiates Arsenal and Liverpool today was the manager. I think that Slot bringing on Curtis Jones was kind of a game changer in the sense where Liverpool were able to keep the ball more into the final third. Curtis Jones is like a ball carrier. He bought the ball up. He was the one who actually drew the foul for Szoboszlai's free kick where Zubimendi brought him down. That was a smart substitution by Slot, and that is something that simply just, like I said, differentiates him between Arteta. Arteta took too long to make a sub that can kind of change the game. Not to say like Curtis Jones was like a crazy game changer, but it's small little tweaks like that Slot is really known for, and we saw it a lot last season. This guy would shuffle around 2 or 3 players like a little chess game, and he'd make it work. And that's how Liverpool got over the line in so many of the games last season. But honestly, like, I don't think there's anything else to be drawn today besides, like, the points I've just made. I think it was just kind of disappointing from both ends. I'm not too impressed. This game kind of reminded me of Guardiola against Arteta in that 0-0 at the Etihad, like, 2 seasons ago in the title race. That game was so boring as well. Another honorable mention is Mosquera. I thought he played brilliant today. When he came on for Saliba. I didn't think he really put a foot wrong. Maybe bar like a couple passes here and there, but I thought he looked pretty solid today. But then again, I don't think he was tested that much by Liverpool's attack. Salah had a terrible game today. I thought Calafiori dealt with him, nullified him completely. Wirtz, again, I don't think he was that great today. That's 3 games in a row now where like they didn't really do too much, in my opinion. And yeah, it was just kind of a stale game, guys. Like I said, I'm very disappointed. The Brighton City game today was really good. That was a great game. It's another loss for City. Two losses in a row. Couple surprising results this weekend from the Prem. But overall, this game was kind of like the one to watch for the week, the one that everyone's looking forward to, and that's just how it is. That's how football is sometimes. Sometimes you'll have the most amazing end-to-end football like we saw against Liverpool and Newcastle, and you'll have games like this, but that's just the beauty of the game. But I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I don't think there's much else to say. I'm going to go watch the Barca game, and I'll have a review out for that too, so keep an eye out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.